Hello and welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, hello, my name is Erica. I'm a homeschooling homemaking mama of five, and for those of you returning, welcome back. Today we are cleaning a lot of my house. It is extremely messy. The weekend was really busy. We went to a funeral Friday night, and then we went to a funeral Sunday, and we were gone almost the entire day Sunday. So the house got messy really quickly. And then Monday we went out with my mother-in-law and went thrifting. So the house got, even messier from coming and going, which was perfectly fine though, because sometimes you gotta just stop and have a good time. Granted, I was bringing more things into the house, but it was okay. I ended up, spent all day Tuesday cleaning, and it was good. So I have got a ton of motivation. Right here, I am just cleaning up my thrift haul. I showed y'all that in my last video, and I had to wash all the clothes and cut the tags and stuff off. Well, I cut the tags off and wash the clothes, and then found a home for some of my projects. But that's what I'm doing here, cleaning up my dining room table. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of making lists because they really help me. I mean, some people, if they may not help, but it's something I found that really works for me. I get this, good feeling of being able to check off a list of something on my list. So anyway, that was mine, and it's okay. Sometimes I get a little uptight if I don't do everything on my list, and that's something I'm trying to work with, is just learning to be satisfied with some things, because you know what, you're not always going to get everything you want done. And I have learned with my house, it's not going to stay clean, and it's not ever going to be as clean as I absolutely want it to be, because that would basically mean it was empty and nobody was at home. And I don't want that. I don't want my house to be nasty, and I don't want it to be filthy. But sometimes I am going to have to settle for cluttered and just, relax, because I end up making it worse on myself, by getting stressed over it being dirty. Now, Joe had decided to cover my coffee table with stickers. And I wasn't mad or anything, and I didn't scold him, but I did make him help me pick them up. So that's what you see us doing here. And they may have stayed on there a day or two too long, but, he had fun in the meantime. I didn't exactly tell him not to do it, but, it is what it is. My coffee table is, I believe, an old kitchen table that's been cut down, and I want to say it's enamel on top of it, and I just use a regular scraper, and it took it right off. I'm not saying I recommend it. It's just what I was using here and what worked. And then I just disinfected the top real well. I apologize for the graininess in this. I've used my other camera, and it doesn't work quite as well as my iPhone does. I think it works fine. It's just me that's the problem. So we're back to the stinky chair. I vacuumed it a couple videos ago, and then someone recommended that I need to keep doing it until it turns clear, which was a great recommendation, and thank you. But it still was kind of smelling weird, like just, wetness and dog. And so I decided to put a little bit of fabric softener in with my cleaner, and it did really well. At first though, my shampooer wasn't working very well. Again, I don't recommend the shampooer. I don't like the cleaner that I used either. I was just trying to use it up, which maybe that's not such a great idea. Maybe I should just suck it up and get rid of it. But anyway, that's why I didn't show you what I used, and I didn't really show my vacuum cleaner or my shampooer. I think I'm going to invest in a nicer one. But I ended up having to pour water over this because I think the fabric softener may have clogged up my cleaner. It wouldn't spray it, and that's what you see me doing here. Yeah, I used my hand. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was in a hurry. But now the couch smells a lot better, or the chair smells a lot better. I'm going to go back in again over it tomorrow, I think. And then here is just a crap ton of dishes. There was nothing that happened. The dishwasher was running, so everybody put their dishes in here until it, ran again. Or it was time to run again. I don't mind, like, these cups that you just saw me washing, they're not supposed to go in the dishwasher, and I tell my kids all the time, "Don't put them in the dishwasher, I'll wash them by hand, I would rather you just leave them in the sink," and I don't know what it is that they stick them in the dishwasher every single time, and I don't understand it. Maybe I should start telling them, "Please put them in the dishwasher and let's stick them in the sink instead." I'm not too particular with my kids about the dishes. They unload it sometimes, but I gotta be honest, I most of the time would prefer to wash my dishes myself if they need to be washed by hand. I do wish, my kids would put them in the dishwasher a little bit more. I've said before, if there is a single utensil in there, they will just load the sink up because they'll just assume the dishwasher's dirty. I don't know if they assume it is or they just maybe hope they can get away with it. So I've been thinking I really want a wooden top for my island. Obviously, this one doesn't. It's terrible. I'm thankful that I have a kitchen island. I've never had one before, and I love, being able to cook or work on it. But as you can see, it's tiled, and it's got butt cracks. Stuff gets stuck in, and it's just a constant hassle. Which is really, I guess, when you think about it, I shouldn't be complaining. I'm very blessed to have what I have, but I would prefer a different top, I believe. So anyway, I'm just taking everything off and, scraping it and then disinfecting it. Not scraping it, but, dusting everything off. And I'm using this Mrs. Meyer's Lemon Verbena spray. I didn't mean to, but I brought it with me when I cleaned my buddy's house, and I won't take it back, but I thought try it here. I actually left my bleach at their house, so I figured it was an equal trade. But it smells I think it smells nice. It's definitely different. I love the Mrs. Meyer scents. They just don't clean as well, I don't think. Well, I'm not going to say it's not that they don't clean as well. My house, I think, is dirtier than it should be. So I need something a little bit tougher to clean some of the stuff. And that's why I use that Panalan. I love to try out new cleaning products, but when it comes down to it, I am very simple in what I use. I just love good old-fashioned bleach. I like just a simple spray solution on my counters, and I like not Windex, but World's Best Cleaner for my windows. But it is still fun to kind of just, try stuff here and there. It seems like I always go back to the same products. I'd have to say, though, that floors are not something that I'm very familiar with. Up until we moved here, I was terrible with not keeping up with my floors, and I think it's just because I really didn't know how to clean. So, like I said, I'm kind of self-taught with this. My grandmother helped me as much as she could raising us, but my grandparents were very, very busy, and there was just a lot going on. So I'm not complaining or anything. I'm very grateful for the things that she taught me. But cleaning was just not something that I was ever really taught how to do specifically, like as far as deep cleaning and stuff. And with my floors here, I just use a little bit of Panalan and very, very hot water, and then my cedar mop, and I do it that way. And then that's for my big mopping. And then if it's just like an everyday mop, I use the spray one with the washable mat pads on them. I learned the hard way about what not to do with a lot of cleaning stuff. And then, then there've been some things that I've been scared to really try to do. Like with the scraper on my stove, that's just something I've just got comfortable with. And I'm still trying to learn how to clean my cast iron skillets. Shoot, I'm still learning how to cook with them, but I do love them. But I learned the hard way with the skillets that you don't let them soak. And yeah, so now I use very little water and a little bit of salt. So, but anyway, I'm cleaning my stove here. This was not a real big, clean. It wasn't too bad, and I knew I was going to cook here in a little bit, so I didn't do too much. I just did a little bit of Dawn and my scrub sponge, the Scrub Daddy sponge. So. I really do not understand how stuff gets in between the glass of the oven stove or front of the oven door. It's ridiculous. And I need to take it apart and clean it. But voila, my kitchen was clean. I already had time to start piling stuff up there, but we can check it out. And I had thrown some clean laundry on the bed that needed hung up. That's what that was. And then, just made my bed. Back to my red sheets. I have 2 sets of sheets, so when I'm washing the other one and I know I'm going to forget to put it in like the dryer for the final time, that I'll have some fresh sheets to put on the bed. But I do love my bed. I know it's tacky as it is. I absolutely love it. My comforter, my throw on it. Oh, it's just a perfect night's sleep sometimes. I don't even know why I just said that. I have the hardest time going to sleep. My bed is absolutely comfortable, but no, I don't know where perfect and sleep are 2 words that don't go together in my vocabulary. I'd have a terrible time with it. But at least I'm comfortable while I'm tossing and turning. And listening to the beautiful sounds of my husband snoring in my ear. Y'all, he was snoring the other night and humming at the same time. I didn't even know how that was possible. I thought he was choking. So I woke him up. He was not very happy. And it was funny after I realized he wasn't choking. Hey y'all, I hope you enjoyed my video. I enjoyed making it. It made cleaning a lot easier. I'm trying to get ready for the baby shower that we're having this weekend that was rescheduled. So I thought maybe in like once a week I would do a little story time. I know a couple of y'all had asked for Q&As, but I think I'm gonna wait until I get my community tab so I have a place where you guys can ask me questions. And then I've got it all right there and I can answer it. But in this, I thought this might be a nice substitution though. So if you're interested in getting to know me a little bit better, then you can just watch the end of the video. So I have, disclaimer, it's about tattoos and stuff. I don't know if that's something people are upset about or offended about. And if you are, that's totally fine. That, to each his own. I personally don't feel convicted about it. I know some people do, but everyone's convictions are different. It's something I've always just, been interested in, and I like them. Obviously, I like them, apparently, if I'm going to have something permanently put on my body. But all of my tattoos have a lot of meaning, behind them. I don't want to just go get something random for the sake of something random. So I thought I could show you one at a time. I do have quite a few, and then you can get to know me a little bit more behind them. So the first one I'm going to show you is one that is meaningful because it's me and my husband, we have alter egos, I guess. There's nothing weird behind it. It's got a silly little story behind it. But anyway, so I'm going to show you all my Lucy tattoo. This is Lucy, and if you'll notice, she has a patch on her eye. That's water, y'all, in that jar. That's not moonshine. I know it looks like it. I use these as drinking glasses because glasses are expensive and my kids, and myself are clumsy. So anyway, I have, Jeremy and I have been married for, I said 8 years. We've been together almost 9, but we've been married 6 years in September. No, 7 years we'll be married in September. I don't know yet. Yeah, 7 years we'll be married in September. So, I was in college. I had gotten divorced, and it was me and my 2 boys, and we were, I was living on my own, and I was going to college. And I had a history class, and this girl sat down beside me, and we, ended up being really good friends, still friends with her. and she introduced me to Jeremy. Well, sort of introduced me. At the time, I had no desire whatsoever to date anyone. I didn't want to go through it again. You know, my divorce was really painful. It was pretty simple. There's, no drama with it that I didn't cause. Anyway, that's a story for another time, if at all. But my ex-husband and I get along just great now, so there's, no bad blood as far as I know. Anyway, so I'm in college, but I don't want to focus on guys or getting married or focus any of that. I'm just done with relationships at this point. But, my friend was really nice, and she was really eager to set me up with someone, and I just wasn't interested. I didn't want to, and the first person she set me up with, I was like, no, I'm just, I faked a stomach illness and didn't want to, I stepped out of it, and then somehow she gave Jeremy my number. She did ask me if it was okay, and I said, well, yeah, I guess that's fine, and I thought, well, what's it gonna hurt? I can text him, and then that can be it. It can just blow over. Well, so he texts me, and we start talking, and sorry, my kids are yelling in the background. I tell him, I'm like, you know what, we're hitting it off okay, I guess. And I'm like, if he's really interested in me, I was like, I'm done pretending that I'm not a little weirdo. And when I say a little weirdo, I mean, I like different things. Halloween's my favorite holiday. I'm goofy, I'm silly, I'm quirky, I can't sit still. I love to tell jokes, I love to laugh. I don't see the point in just being so prim and proper all the time, which is what I had tried to be for a while, and it just wasn't gonna cut it. So I thought, well, you know what, if this guy is really that interested in me, then he's just gonna get all the weird. He's gonna get it all up front. I'm not gonna bother hiding. He's not gonna see it 2 years after we're married. He's gonna see it all right now. I'm just gonna get it out there, and if it scares him away, then you know what? There's no time wasted. So, I just let him hear all of my weird side, all my quirky little things, all the things that, you normally keep to yourself until somebody gets to know you. Sorry, y'all. My son needed something. Okay, so anyway, I was just saying he was going to get all the weirdness all at once. I wasn't going to hide anything. Not that I have anything really that weird to hide. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what I was trying to hide. To say it like I had some deep, dark, weird secret, and I really don't, other than I don't really take too many things that seriously, and I would rather spend my time laughing than being upset and dramatic and all that. So anyway, the weirder I got, not the weirder, but the more I was like, I'm just going to say it, I'm just going to say this, the quicker he responded, the quicker those texts came. And I don't even know what it was that got brought up, but we started talking, and I said something about taking all of his stuff at a poker game back in the day. Didn't he remember? And instead of going, what, or huh, he just jumped right in. And we started on this long story about how back in the day, I was Lucy, and I stole his saloon in a game of cards and a poker game. And he hunted me down and shot my eye out. And then I came down and rescued him from jail and cut his arm off. And I know that sounds really weird and bizarre, y'all. It was just one of those things that's coming off the top of my head. And before you know it, Bart and Lucy were this, it was this epic love story in the wild, wild west. And that's where Bart and Lucy came from. And it's just something that followed me and my husband through the whole time we were dating and through we were engaged. And our whole wedding was based around Bart and Lucy. And in fact, coal heritage is something that is it's a huge passion of mine. And where we live, coal is king, or was at one point. So he took me to Thurman, which is an old coal town. It wasn't a coal camp, but it was like it's a place where you'd stop and, get supplies and stuff. And a lot of people would go there on the weekend. I could talk about Thurman and Dunglen and all that. But interesting fact, the longest playing poker game was down there. Not necessarily in Thurman, but right across the river at the Dunglen. And the only reason the game stopped was because the hotel was burning down. But anyway, it was like the Wild West of West Virginia. And my husband was the first person to take me there. I'd never been to this little town, Thurman. And it's a ghost town now. It's not really a ghost town. I think there's like 7 people that live there. But that's where he proposed to me. And that's, I guess, where we decided Bart and Lucy would, take place. And it's Left Eye Lucy and One Arm Bart. I probably should have thrown that in there, because he took her eye out and she cut his arm off. And as I say that out loud, it sounds really weird, y'all. And I guess that's what I'm talking about. That's my side. That's me. I don't know. I love to make up stories in my head. I will go off into the woods and start walking, and I'll think about stuff like that, not cutting people's arms off, but, you know, making up these little stories. So anyway, that's what the Lucy tattoo is. My husband has Bart on his arm, and I guess, I don't know, that about sums up our marriage. That's pretty much what we spend the majority of our time doing, is goofing around and laughing. And when I say I don't take things seriously, I mean, I do. There are the important things in life, but I think life's too short to be, I don't know, sitting around like this all the time. You know, you got to find humor and the little things. You got to laugh. I mean, there is a time when, you know, not to laugh, but if I have the option between sulking and laughing, I'd rather laugh. So that is my Lucy tattoo, and that is my story about me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I like doing these little chit chats and stuff. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, I think. So I will say what I always say. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It absolutely means the world to me. I know that's repetitive, but repetition works, Dave. Repetition works. And what I mean by that is, I hope y'all just understand, like, I know I keep repeating it, but that's exactly how I feel. I'm so grateful and so thankful. And I feel like, you know, the Lord's blessed me with this opportunity, and I just couldn't be happy enough. I couldn't be happy enough. I couldn't be happier is what I meant. So I hope you all are having a blessed one, whatever it is, whatever time of day it is. And I see you guys in the comments. Please keep commenting. I'm loving chit-chatting with all y'all and get to know you. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Woohoo! I am done. I am done. I am done. I am done. Oh crap, that's all.